Right, this video is a little bit like a Tarantino edited script or whatever, as in it's starting near the end. Right, it's been a long day of training today for the Three Peaks Challenge. We started early this morning and we did a session sort of midday-ish as well, and now it's the evening and we're doing our last session. 3 sessions a day might sound a lot and you think, oh, we're going to fit all that in, but in reality, first one was 25, 26 minutes, something like that. Then it was an hour, and now this one's going to be a 20-minute session. So 2 hours worth of training throughout the day. The idea of breaking it up like this is that you're going to have to get used to that. You're going to have to get used to an early start, doing the activity, getting on the bus, cooling down, travelling to the next mountain, getting off that, doing that, getting back on the bus, travelling to the next one. So stop and start and going again. And going on tired legs. So that's what we've done. So even though the sessions have been short, they've all been sort of heavy leg based. So to make your legs tired, so you get that feeling of what it's like to work on hard legs. And this last HIIT session is all leg based. Right, I'm going to get onto the exercises. Although first we're going to go back to the beginning.
Good morning and welcome to the next edition of the Three Peaks training. And this morning I've got up nice and early, 6 o'clock start, so to be out on the road for 6:30. A couple of reasons for that. One, obviously it's quiet, although it's quiet at the moment anyway, but also you know, when we start the event we're going to be starting early in the morning, so you've got to get your body used to getting up and getting out and getting some exercise in early doors. So yeah, so you build that into your training as well. As you can hear, it's the birds here. Beautiful day, mind. Yeah, and obviously I haven't got this helmet on for a fashion statement, so this morning I actually am out on the bike. It's not a long cycle, it's just a short cycle. I've picked a hill which is about, just keeps on going up for about a third of a mile, and I'm going to do 5 circuits of that going up and then just coming back down and going back up again. And the reason for that is, you know, we've talked about building strong calves and quads and everything. Bike's a good way of doing that. You know, I've been doing a lot of cycling recently and I can feel it when I've gone out in the mountains as well. You know, my calves are a lot better than they were like 2 months ago. So yeah, it's good, a little bit of cross training, a little bit different from just the walking as well, and to break it up. Also as well with the bike, you know, although this is going to be a hard session this morning, going up the hills and putting a bit of strain on the legs, it is less wearing as well on the body than walking all the time, and just varies the training up. So yeah, 5 times up, 5 times down, and just pick a hill that you know that's going to challenge you, but that you can do. And what I say as well is, you know, if you're going up 5 times, just vary it. So on the first one I'll just have it in a really easy gear and I'll just sort of spin my legs and go up gently. Maybe on the next one then I'll have it in a high gear and I'll be standing up and pushing it to give myself a little bit more of a workout. So yeah, it's going to be a short session, but it'll get me blowing. And but have a look around at this. What a beautiful day. Here's the hill.
Back from the bike, that was the hill work was 27 minutes or so. Right, couple of things. Prior to starting the hill work, I had about a 10-minute warm up where I was just cycling down to where the hill was, nice and gentle, no hills on that, and just to stretch the legs out and warm the body up before you start attacking the hills. And same obviously when you finish then, just a little cool down of 10 minutes coming back as well. Now the reason why, again, I'm doing hill reps rather than just going for a bike ride is that, you know, I know how big each hill is, because it's the same hill obviously. It took me about 4.5 minutes to get up that hill, so that's 4.5 minutes of cycling up and about 1.5 minutes to get back down to the start. So, you know, doing the reps that you know that you've got that constant work and there's no sort of cheating of, you know, you're cycling for 15-20 minutes without actually coming to a big hill. So it's that you are actually
doing the reps, and you're doing them with minimum rest period, and the minimum rest period is 1.5 minutes of going downhill, which is total rest, and then you go back again. So it's working those legs hard for that 4 minutes going up the hill times 5. And yeah, it's a 26, 7-minute session or something like that. So this afternoon session again is all hills, hill reps, but this time on your legs. So I found a hill which is about, well, it's 3/4 of a mile up and down. So quite a tidy hill, it keeps going straight up. So what I've done is I've broken it down. The first minute of the hill, I'm jogging, not a hill sprint or anything, just a jog for a minute, and then I'm walking the rest to the top, and then I'm walking back down to the bottom and doing it again. Oh. I gotta say, blown a bit there. Right, last stretch of this, almost to the top of the 4th rep, and that's me done. About an hour, about 3.5 miles or something like that. So the reason for running the first minute on the hill and then walking at a good steady pace where I'm at now, emulate hard work, for getting your lungs working by running a short distance and then walking, put that extra strain on your CV and makes your legs a little bit tireder, because we're trying to squash into short sessions, the 3 peaks training. So so that's the method in the madness. Work hard for a minute, once you're out of breath, then you keep pumping up the hill at a good steady pace. The funny thing is that my speed going up the hill is pretty much the same as going down. You think going down you're going to be quicker, but it's not the case for me. Again, that's due to knees and other sort of injuries which prevents me going fast downhill. So I have to work hard going up. If you have a look at this hill now, right, so what you're looking for is a hill that's anywhere from 1/3 of a mile to half a mile, just going straight up at a good incline, and get yourself up and down it 4 times, running, jogging slowly the first minute. So quite simple, again repetitive, and but you need to do it. You need to put these hard yards in, builds character, builds mental strength for the big day.
So yeah, this last session is all leg based, so I'm just going to tell you what that is. You're going to need dumbbells or two heavy objects you can hold in either hand, dumbbells if you've got them. We're going to walk up steps, so we're going to do step ups, hold the dumbbells, and do that for a minute and a half, stepping up, stepping down, stepping up, stepping down. Then we're going to go into skipping. So if you've got a skipping rope, you're going to skip for a minute continuously. If like me, after 10 seconds you hit the rope, you just stop and you go again. So you keep going until a minute is up. Then we're going to go into one-legged hops. So hopping on your leg, one leg for a short distance, turn around, hopping back on the other leg. And we're going to do that for a minute. And then we're going to finish off then with freestanding squats, no weights, 30 seconds of that. So that's 4 minutes worth of work. Then you're going to have a minute's rest, and you're going to repeat that 5 times. 4 times 4 is 16. So it's 16 minutes of work over a 20-minute period. It might go on a little bit longer than that, because as you go from each station, like from the log hops to the squats and all that, you might lose a few seconds there, but we're not talking anything drastic. So we're going to do that. It's going to be heavy leg based again, and but this is what we need to be doing. We need to be sort of stepping it up.
Right, so we're now back to the end, literally just after I had turned the camera off from the intro there, the intro at the end. I fell off the bench, so luckily, well, unluckily, the camera wasn't running. I could have had a £250 from you being framed there, if they still do that. Right, so what we're going to do now is the step ups. So I'll just show you what we mean.
So that's the step ups, 1.5 minutes of those. As you can see, a little bit different from the ones we did a few weeks ago, where step up, both feet on, step down, both feet off, and just continue that for 1.5 minutes, holding the weights, just to add a little bit of extra resistance and make it a little bit harder for you. So straight from that into skipping. That's the skipping done for a minute. Don't know why I showed you the skipping, because it is just skipping, and I'm sure you've all done it before. But don't forget that if it hits your head or your feet and you have to stop, just go again as quick as you can. Do that for a minute, and then into one-legged hops. Very simple, one-legged hops. So what we've done so far, 1.5 minutes step ups, minute skipping, minute of one-legged hops, and then we finish off with the squats. With the squats, 30 seconds, feet shoulder width apart, toes slightly pointing out, keeping your back as straight as you can, and going down into a seated position and back up, and 30 seconds of those, and then you have a minute rest. So a bit dark there, and then you have a minute rest, and then you repeat for 4. So again, just to make the legs work hard, sort of give them the feeling of going up and down those mountains continuously, and that's it. So next session, as I mentioned already, is going to be going long, having a long hike in the morning, and some training in the afternoon, and looking at nutrition and what we need to eat and prepare, and how we need to look after ourselves. Alright, so until then, cheers.